So the first thing I want to talk about, let's start from scratch in your college career. Came out of high school, went to BC. Have you ever went to a Wells game or football or?
Yeah, I went to one my sophomore year because freshman year was like COVID and everything, so it was a little weird. But my sophomore year, and it's just like the tribute that they had was amazing. And then them jerseys on the field was cold for real. Like I really wanted to go to the store and get one, but NIL wasn't around at that time, so I had to save up. And the head coach actually gave me a T-shirt, and it was kind of like that. It was close down I was gonna get, but it was a great experience.
See, the thing I also want to bring up is, so they always do it right after 9/11, the first Saturday, but they also do it for basketball.
Yeah.
But how did they pick when to do it? Because basketball season is not in September. So how do you pick the game?
I was never informed on that. I know my brother, because I played with my brother at Boston College too. I know my brother was always in the photo shoot for the when we played the game in that jersey. So that's the only time that I knew that we was playing and we was gonna do the tribute for Wells and everything. So that's all I knew about it. I was never informed. My coach never brought me in his office, nothing like that. But it was so lit to play in them jerseys.
So it was always random?
Yeah, it was never like on the same day. It was never on the first game or anything like that. It was always just random.
I will say last year it was planned. I don't know if you remember, Justin, but they wore it in New York during the tournament that Albany played at, and which was awesome for me because the only basketball game I've seen at Boston College, I was able to take pictures with those jerseys. Did they let you keep the jerseys?
No, they didn't let me. They didn't let me keep the jersey. I had to take my jersey.
You have it?
Yeah, I don't have that jersey, but I have like other jerseys.
Because that one's tough. The basketball Wells one. It's just. I don't know why no teams thought of like a bandana or any kind of print in the numbering. They really should do that.
Albany bandana.
I don't know if you can do bandana. I don't know because I think Boston College has that. Yeah.
They would think we trying to get disrespectful.
All right, so you go to Boston College, right? Sophomore year, I thought was your best year.
Yeah.
Everything really clicked. You played there for 3 years, so that seemed to be your place. What caused you to decide to transfer? It seemed like everything was perfect there.
Everything really was going good. Starting my junior year, like 2 weeks before the first game, I had sprained my ankle. I had a high ankle sprain. So I was out for the first 4 or 5 games. And it's funny, my whole sophomore year, my confidence was here. And then to start my junior year, or going into that first game, the way I felt before I got injured, my confidence was way higher. Like I was shooting everything, like in practice and step back threes. Like I'm telling you, like anything and everything. And they was all falling. So I was like, yo, like I'm good. Like I'm going to the league after this year. My brother's going to the league after this year. I'm great. And then sprained my ankle, and then it was a roller coaster from there. So it was tough. It was definitely a tough situation. Mentally for me, really, not even physically, just mentally, it was tough to deal with, but my parents got me through it, for real. My parents, my best friend, and my brother, for real, he just kept talking to me like, yo, just keep your head up. You're going to get better. You're going to get back. It's not you didn't tear your Achilles. You ain't tear nothing. You good. It's just an ankle sprain. Got back. It helped them out as a team, but I never was back to my original self. And then it's a business, so the coaching staff just, yeah.
I will say from what athletes have told me, is injuries are like 90% mental, because no matter how you heal, if you're not right mentally, that injury's still there. Mm-hmm. Even if you feel perfect mentally, it's crazy how much mental impact has on players. It's so sad to think about, because that's basketball, football, and athletics are probably the one profession that mental health really affects by far.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you can think about what we were talking about earlier on the show, with Tua and having, the coaches who believe in him. And, that's major at any level, not just at the professional level, college, high school, middle school. When you got, the backing and the people supporting you, it just makes you feel like, on top of the world, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that, it can go the other way.
Exactly. I'll give another example about the whole Tua situation. my AAU coach, when I was like 15, 16, still a teenager, my AAU coach was kind of the way that Tua's coach was. But off the court, he showed me love. Right. So I really understood it. On the court, it was like he was trying to bring, that fire out of me. And that's what I think the coach was trying to do. But you also have to show him the other side. You also have to show him love. It's tough love at that point. If you just being tough on them all the time, they won't understand where it's coming from. So for me, everybody that played for my AAU coach understood that it was tough love. It was never meant to hurt you. It was never meant to bring you down or anything. He was just trying to bring that extra gear that he knew that you had in you out of you.
Yeah, the problem with coaching is you really don't know how players take certain things actually, because you're not going to try to make the coach seem like you just destroyed your feelings. Because, it's not really accepted as well as it is in other spaces.
Yeah, and every kid's different, man. You don't know what people have going on, in their own personal life back at home. This might be all they have. So
for real,
if you make them feel like they can't do this, it gets rough.
And just looking back on it, that was the greatest coach I ever had. That's the greatest coach I ever had. Vinny Pastore, you are my guy. Yeah.
And, now you're at Boston College. But the crazy thing is what caused you to pick Boston College. I can't lie. That resume, those offers, there's so many offers I couldn't even count. I couldn't even name all the schools. You had Penn State. You had, just name any school. It was there. It was. You had UConn, who's like is the GOAT of college basketball at this point. It's with all those offers, how do you even choose?
For me, I think I put my top three. I forget my top five. My top three was Boston College, NC State, Texas A&M, and the reason for the top three. Boston College, close to home. My family could come to all the games. It was easy access, and my brother was there. So that was kind of main three reasons. NC State, the coaching staff over there really loved me and really showed me what you'll come in here and be. Dennis Smith Jr. went there a few years before. So they was like, you come here, we're going to develop you. You're going to be the next Dennis Smith Jr. really. Yeah. And I really like that actually. And then Texas A&M, the head coach from Virginia Tech went to Texas A&M. Forget his name. I'm gonna be honest. Dang, I feel bad. But now he really liked me too. And one of my teammates from AAU was at Virginia Tech and went to Texas A&M with the coach. And he was like, "Yo, he's a really good dude. He's really gonna develop you. Really gonna help you everything, whatever." And I didn't go to Texas A&M because I didn't want to be a part of a rebuild. That was the main thing. So I took Texas A&M off the list, and then it was just 2 ACC schools. And going back, I love my brother to death. I was like, I want to play basketball with my older brother. I want to be able to learn from him every day and just be around him every day. And I'm a 17-year-old kid. I don't want to have to get on a flight to go to school. That sounds crazy. So that was really it. And I'll never take back that decision. That was the greatest decision I ever made.
All right, now you're, actually, so a quick little interlude here. I don't know if you know, so a quarterback for Boston College a few years ago, it was Anthony Brown, very close friend of mine. And for some reason, there was this pizza place. I forgot the name of it. But they'd always give free food to athletes. Did you have
to the students at Boston College?
Yeah.
It was Crazy Dough Pizza. Right across the street.
Yeah, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. What's the name of that place?
Crazy Dough.
Oh, Crazy Dough. Yeah. So how is it? How's the pizza there?
The pizza is amazing.
What's the scale on it? Like the important kind of thing. One bite.
Out of 10, the pizza is definitely a 9. Pizza is definitely a 9. Easily.
Have you tried Baba's over here?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
Gotta see what you got on that.
Yeah. I've been trying to save money. DK trying to tell me to eat right, so I've been getting the salads and whatnot. Yes, right. Salads and fruits, DK. Yeah, and water too. Yeah, you see, I got my water right here.
Yep.
All right, so now you played 3 seasons at Boston College. You end up entering the transfer portal. Why UCF?
UCF. I did not know the coach that recruited me prior to recruitment, but he laid out, the blueprint. This is what you're going to do when you get here. This is what it's going to be like. This is what classes are going to be like. And me coming out of Boston College, classes was tough for me because Boston College is a prestigious school. So they don't play around with classes. You don't go to class. You don't do right. You're not playing. So that's how it was. And I was threatened my sophomore year, my best year. I was threatened with the second semester of basketball if I didn't get my first semester right. So I ain't gonna lie, there was a few games that I was off because I was up late studying on the road and stuff like that. So I didn't play around with academics when I went to UCF. I did not play around with it at all. But one day he laid out the blueprint for me. Every other school was kind of iffy about it. Like there was one school, don't give a reaction to this. There was one school that offered me like $250,000. But that's all they said was they was like $250,000. And I called my brother and was like, yo, like, what do you think about this? I got this school and I got UCF. And he was like, what did the other schools say? And I was like, nothing. They was like, so you probably gonna have to spend most of that money on resources, food, everything. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick to the safe route. If I was younger, I would have definitely took that $250,000. But
give me my money.
But now I'm older now, so I was like, yo, like this is better competition. I mean, we're going into the Big 12. We're gonna play Kansas and all them. So I was like, this is a better opportunity for me to put myself out there. Like I said, if I was a freshman coming out of Boston College and I see that $250,000, I'm taking it.
Why Albany?
Albany, straight to the point, KJ, assistant coach. I've known him since I was 12. My AAU coach, he's best friends with, and he was like a big brother to KJ. So I understood KJ because I understood my AAU coach. So it was easy. And then when I came on a visit, I already knew Aaron before I came on a visit. I met this goofball, and I met Mike. So, met them three, and met DK, his family, the whole coaching staff, and it was just they brought me in, and like I said, it's closer to home. Don't really like the snow too much because I got that taste of Florida. Got that taste of Florida, yeah. That Florida weather is different. Walked outside every day with a tank top on. But now back to the question. Now KJ definitely sold me on coming here and making this my last year and just trying to be the best person and player that I could be.
Yeah, I mean, being in the American East, you're gonna have to get dealing with snow. It's gonna happen. They're gonna have those road trips.
I ain't trying to go to Maine. That's the only place I don't want to go.
6-hour trip, no joke.
But on the good side, you get pretty much a welcome home visit when you go to UMass. Well, that's pretty close to home.
I'm hitting all my guys up from BC. Everyone that I still communicate with, y'all all invited to the game.
Now, what player would you say has modeled your game after?
I definitely say Russell Westbrook. I think just his intensity. I think that's why. It's funny because Kevin Durant was my favorite. And then when he left to Golden State, I was like, damn, that hurt. But now Russell Westbrook, just his intensity and his passion during the game, throughout the game, to do whatever it takes to win, whether it's rebounding, getting assists, scoring, anything. And then me, I like to bring that defensive aspect out. And I think of Kobe Bryant. I think when he played for Team USA, he told the head coach, or he told one of his teammates, he was like, I really don't care about scoring. I score because I have to, like with the Lakers and everything. He was like, I really don't care about that, but the team needs me to do that. So I love playing defense. I love getting stops. If I get a stop on you, that's intimidating. And I don't say none either. So that's more intimidating.
Yeah, the quiet killer.
Yeah, for real. So, but definitely say Russell Westbrook first. Just his intensity, his passion, his want to win.
I will say, especially in the American East, defense is something that you definitely need, because out of all the conferences, American East to me is a scoring conference. You always see 90s, 100. I mean, I've seen 100 points in the American, which is 100 in college basketball. It's pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got last year 100.
Yeah.
But it's really hard sometimes to stop teams to that 60, 70 points. Yeah. But if put it this way, this is how I look at it. If you could stop a team to 60 points, you're gonna win the game in the American season. It's automatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we would. I think we would have at least home went undefeated if we would have scored, if led up 60, 70 points. But you know, it's hard. I mean, and you bringing defense to the team is definitely something that's great to hear. Now, my last question for you today is, going into your last season, is your major goal at the end of this? What is the dream?
I want to raise a trophy. I want to win any and every championship possible. I obviously want to go undefeated, but that's very, very difficult. And it's difficult because of like injuries and stuff like that. Like, God forbid, knock on wood, you know, one game I might be out and now Justin has to play a bigger role. One game Justin might be out and I got to play a bigger role. Casper, there's a lot of people, Byron, point guards. We only got 2 really designated point guards on the team. If one of them's out, other one you have to play about 30 minutes. Like, it's not really, and one of them's a freshman. So, I mean, it's tough to put that on him. So, but obviously want to win every game, want to come out and win everything, because that losing feeling just doesn't sit right. Now I got to wait a week to play another team, or wait 3 days to play another team. So that losing feeling doesn't sit right. Obviously, selfishly, I want to win player of the year, defensive player of the year, everything, rookie of the year, whatever. But I want to raise a trophy, this being my last year. I never have. When I was at Boston College 3 years in a row, first year was horrific. If you go back and look at we was 4-13, 4-17, something like that. So it was tough my first year, but then the next 2 years we got it going. We just couldn't, finish it off. And then at UCF, it was just tough. I never got my feet right with them. So this being my last year, I want to raise as many trophies as possible. Conference, NCAA, everything.
Yeah, I will say I'm praying this is the year we beat Vermont, because it needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Vermont gonna get it.
Definitely gonna happen.
Vermont, y'all don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. TJ Long, I already seen you before. I don't know who else on the team, but TJ Long, I heard you been talking about us, so I got something for you.
Yeah, it would be great to have the ticket. Have that whole thing. Punch the
ticket.
Punch the ticket.
We'll have a few trophies lined up here. We got the Albany Cup. We're going out to Puerto Rico. I don't know if we get a trophy for that showcase event that we're doing, conference championship, and make a run in the tournament. So we'll have a few trophies on this table.
I'm gonna squeeze a last question. I know it's the last question. I'm gonna squeeze one more, because I'm curious, really curious about this. Who is the toughest player you've ever played against?
Paulo Banchero. Go ahead, next question.
That's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your time, and peace.